Hey everybody, Kenley here. With Arcadia coming out for band on February 6th, I'm really excited to share just a little bit of what's going on under the hood. So we've got the Logic project in front of us. I'll just talk through a couple of things just to show you some of the fun sounds that go into this. So this is Movement VII, where our protagonist Nora finds the trombone of ages. And seeing as the play video has been out for a while, there are some spoilers in here, but they've been revealed. So up to you. Here's the scene. Okay, wonderful. So there's an opening fanfare where the villain's defeated and everything seems to be good. We go into the room, which is a clear inspiration, is the word I'm going to use, from Zelda 2, the chamber where Zelda is lying, just recolored and retextured with some new art in it. And so we're going to leave the fanfare out. We're going to go into the pulsing part, which I'm pretty excited about. So first thing we've got this really cool pulse width modulator that's happening, and that is this sound right here that's coming in. And it's just really calm, light. So when we hear that kind of analog swooping and swelling, what it actually is, as I open up Super Audio Card, is it's 4 different pulse width modulators, all from the Commodore 64, and they're all kind of working in tandem and mixed together in certain ways and panned in certain ways. So you'll see that this one is slightly left, this one's slightly right, this one's all the way left, and this one's all the way right. So that's that effect, which is pretty cool. I'll pause it right there. And then on top of that, which I think is one of the coolest parts, is this this Game Boy pulse that's happening. So I'll play that for a second so you can hear it. I've had to take off some of the audio effects so that I could do this kind of all in real time. Hence the blank audio effects here, and then all the extra mastering turned off. But let's take a look at what it actually is. So when we open up this Game Boy Pulse, it is 2 Game Boy saws that are happening kind of in tandem. And you can see some of the things that are happening down here in the keyboard. But there's this kind of pulse that's happening. And the way that you can hear that and see that, there's some things in the effects with delay. And the delay is happening. It's set to a certain for A, which is the first saw, and then the second saw here. And there's another part of it in the effects, which I hope I push the right button here. So let's just do, I'm just going to pause it for a second. Okay, and then so in the effects, oh, that's turning off the effects. Good heavens. No. What am I doing, everybody? How do I go back to the effects? No, global effects are going. Well, anyway, it's pulsing. And it's 2 different saws. That's kind of embarrassing. Sorry, everybody. Okay, let's jump to the bass. The bass is from the Atari 2600, and that is this pulsing bass here. I'll show you that one. Oh, I won't. Sorry, the camera's covering part of the screen. The bass I'm looking for actually is this bass down here. Let's try that out. Yeah, so, you know, it sounds like something out of Stranger Things. As we pull it out, I cheated actually. This is not 8-bit. This is a saw wave bass inspired by Streets of Rage 2 for the Sega Genesis. But I liked it. And then we get the 26 bass comes in to kind of add some extra edge to it from that Atari 2600. So we get the Genesis bass and the Atari bass, and they're just like kind of together as one unit, which I think is a really cool effect. And I'll pause it right there. One of the other things that I like here is these blip arpeggios, which you can do on Game Boy with a table, which is kind of a programming thing you can do to make the notes switch. In this case, I think Impact SoundWorks actually built it into the patch, which is nice. So this is our first synth color, the pulse width modulator from the Commodore 64, which sounds like this. It's hard to hear the second octave, but it's in there. And I'll pause it right there. And then the second one, which is more dominant, is I think I got it from the NES. I think that's where that came from. So if I pull this open, yeah, from the NES here. And so check this out as we go through it. Just make sure I click the right thing. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so it's like kind of all in octaves that moves up and down really, really quickly, which is programmed into the effects. We can kind of go into right here. That was the thing I was looking for before. So we're kind of mapping the key tracking in there, and yeah, so if I take I'll go back a bit here. So if I take the arpeggio off, that's what I get. Then when I put the arpeggio back on, then cue this back in here. And we put both of them together. It's a bit hard to hear the low arpeggio in there, but it's in there. Yeah. Okay, right on. So let's hear the whole thing together now that we've got some of these colors that are working. Did I miss anything that I wanted to talk about? I think I've got it all. Okay, so we gotta go back to. There's our pulse width modulators. We have the Streets of Rage bass on the bottom, holding it down. We've got these pulsing Game Boy chords. And now we have the Atari 2600 bass, which is right in here. Just to add a little bit of edge. It's kind of scaling and mounting. And then we're going to add the arpeggios in octaves that quickly flip right here. That's how it ends. Cool, everybody. Hope I get to see you on the 6th and check out the live stream when it goes live. And it's going to be a really amazing night. Thanks for checking this out, and until next time.